Stay tuned for today's Antidote, brought to you by the Renegade Success Network. Today's Antidote features a healthy dose of thought-provoking insights and information for business owners, entrepreneurs, leaders, and nonprofit professionals. Each day since March of 2020, this program has offered that one thing to help you continue on your own unique pathway to success. And now, Renegades, we bring you Bob Graham and Tom Brush.
Wednesday. Hey, good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Bob. You're in a new location today.
I am in the Breakthrough Solutions corporate offices, where I have not been for more than about 3 minutes at any given time in over a year. So this is my office. It's got 2 desks, and it's interesting to me that there are 2 desks, Tom, and I have this nice office, and I'm just saying.
I'm not sure we would be socially distanced, would we?
We would be 6 feet. Yeah, we totally nailed the 6 feet.
Okay.
That offer's out there for you, Tom. Whenever you're ready to make this not just the Breakthrough Solutions, but the Renegade Success Network corporate offices, right here, baby.
All right. Well, we'll have to work on that.
How we would do our broadcasts if we were both here would be interesting.
I don't know. I'm not sure I want to get up, and whatever time I would have to get up to be down to the office to be prepared. We're late as it is. Just think how late we would be if I was coming there to do this.
Okay, fair enough.
I like being in my comfortable office here, although I do need some new background. I have to work on that a little bit.
Don't you love the artwork?
It's very nice.
It's all reclaimed wood and reclaimed paint, done by a local artist, Sean Theron, here in Baltimore.
Wow. Very cool.
Love to give Sean a little plug every chance I get, because he's literally taking, these are, I think, pieces of fence.
Oh, interesting.
Wood fencing, and he turns them into beautiful art that just brightens up an office. So
talk about an opportunity.
Yeah.
You look at something that is kind of going to waste, and instead of being thrown out, you turn it into something that is amazing. It's amazing what happens when we open our minds to the possibilities of the opportunities that are out there.
Well, and the interesting thing was he was looking for things to paint on without a lot of expense. And he realized that there was this opportunity, and he was able to make it work. And then people started giving him pieces, hey, I'm taking down my deck. Do you want the pieces of wood? And he would take it, or someone would tear down a barn, and then paint started coming, because people are like, well, I have some leftover paint, and they just give them, a quarter of a gallon of paint.
It's a great idea.
Yeah. And so to me, the beauty of that is it could have so easily been a missed opportunity on his part to just say, hey, you know what? No, that's a lot of work. I got to come out to your place. I got to figure out how to get the wood here. And what if it's got termites? And what if it's, decaying? And what if it's doing all that? And he found that way to turn it into something really powerful. Wow, I've never noticed that the sun comes in from that angle.
Yeah, you got some lines across your face. You're going to have to shut your blinds at some point.
Yeah, see, it's a learning lesson this morning for me.
Lesson learned. We'll talk more about that on Friday. No. So we are talking this week about opportunities and potential. And today's conversation is about opportunities missed. And I guess, that's a great question of whether they are truly an opportunity if they are missed, or if it is missed because we don't take advantage of it at the immediate moment. But before we get into that,
I was going to say, before we get into that, I want you to put that screen up and talk for a minute so I can try to fix this curtain. Or this
all right. I will. So here, and it's a great thing. We'll talk a little bit about what we have coming up for the Ring of Renegades this April. As it is one day before April, here's some things we're going to have happening. Again, we'll have our regular Renegade Roundup networking. We apologize. March became a little crazy and we missed out there, but we'll be back April 13th, 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. And then again on Thursday, April 22nd, 4 p.m. Eastern time for our Renegade Roundup networking event that you won't want to miss. In addition, a brand new thing. We had done this a little bit in Clubhouse when we were testing that out, and thought that this Wednesday check-in and check-up was really a cool idea. We just decided that why do it in Clubhouse and take people away from the Facebook group. So every Wednesday, not today, starting next week, starting in April, we will have a Facebook room open where any member of the Ring of Renegades can pop in and just, it's kind of like open office hours. It's just to check in to see how you're doing, how's your week going, and what are some of the things you need to still get done before the end of the week. So I hope that you will join us for those. There'll be more information inside the Ring of Renegades Facebook group, and we will have some Facebook event pages up for each of those by tomorrow, April 1st. And
also,
no, it's not an early April Fool's joke.
Also, Tom, if someone wants to bring a friend, all they have to do is have them join the Ring of Renegades, and they can attend those events. So if you have a friend who's saying, I need to network with new people, have them join the Ring of Renegades, bring them along, and there you have it right there, a way to start networking with more people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, Bob, and people will not want to miss those opportunities to network. So as we talk about opportunities and the thought about missed opportunities, what are some of your thoughts on that?
Well, first of all, the definition of an opportunity is that you have a chance to do something, right? So if it's missed, it's not an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
It's something else. It could be a option that you didn't take. It could be a problem you didn't take on. It could be any number of things. But to me, the idea of missing an opportunity is kind of a fallacy. But that said, I think there are opportunities that we elect, knowingly or unknowingly, to not consider. And to me, that's the missed opportunity that we're talking about, is I failed to consider the possibility. So I was driving to my office this morning. I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to do this setup. I didn't bring a tripod. I didn't bring my little camera. All I have is my computer. And then I walked into my office and I looked around and I'm like, hey, I got a really nice wall behind me. I should use that as a background. I could prop the computer up on some books. That would have been a missed opportunity, because otherwise I would have been like this. Actually, more like this. Hey, Tom, how you doing today? So there was an opportunity there, and I came into my office looking it all over. What will work best for what I want to achieve? What's the most visually appealing background that I can offer people so it doesn't look static? And so I think that's how we have to approach things. We only miss the opportunity when we don't consider whether it is in fact an opportunity. And a lot of times people tell us what's an opportunity that we don't see, and that's totally fine. You can't tell me an opportunity. You can only make me aware of a situation. I choose if it's that opportunity, and I also choose if I want to miss it. Tom, hey, I'm sorry, I'm in my office today. I don't have time to think about this. Meanwhile, you're saying, hey, call this guy. It's some easy work for you. Tom, I'm really up to my eyeballs today. I can't deal with it today. And you're like, okay.
Well, and I guess that's the question, is who defines whether it's an opportunity or not? Really, I think that's what you're saying, is that others can share things with us. Doesn't mean that it's an opportunity for us. I mean, I guess maybe it's an opportunity, but I think that it's missing it is really a choice that we get to make of whether we see. And I think the key part of that is, how do we evaluate the opportunity to determine whether so it's not really missed. It's just we've decided that it's not right at the moment. Maybe I'll consider it later. That it is not right altogether, or that, you know what, this is interesting and I want to explore that. And I think that's a little bit of what we did with Clubhouse. Is we saw this, we heard about it, we said, maybe this is something we should check out. And we decided, let's try it. Let's see what happens. And then evaluated and have now decided that at the moment, that's not the direction we want to go. So I don't think, somebody could look back and say, oh, that was a missed opportunity. You should have kept going on with that. And I think we could say, well, actually, we tried. This is what we considered. This is what our conversation was about it. And then we move forward. I think, just like with all opportunities, we have to evaluate whether it's truly an opportunity that we want to leverage, take advantage of, or one that, it's out there. And right now, at the moment, it's not what works within what we're trying to accomplish.
And you and I recognize with that, just go a little deeper, and you talked about earlier that we were doing some things on Clubhouse, and then we had the realization that, hey, we have this group on Facebook. We should probably stay in Facebook because that's where they are. If we had figured that out the first day when we were considering Clubhouse, I think we probably wouldn't have chased Clubhouse. But I would also say, Tom, that when you and I chase things, we don't spend a lot of money. We didn't invest $1 million into that only to find out we had wasted the time and effort. We invested some time, and at every step of it, we were evaluating, hey, are we getting the people that we're really trying to reach? Are we doing the things that we're looking for? It was great. I mean, for the people who participated, I think it was great. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. But I'm much more excited that we can do it on Facebook and hopefully get more people engaged on the platform that they're already used to.
Right. We're not having to take them somewhere else. And I think that's the way it is with people with their business or their team. Sure. Are there opportunities out there? Absolutely. There's lots of them.
But we didn't have that check up and check in until we did Clubhouse.
Correct.
So for us, the opportunity was, hey, that middle of the week, check in, check up is really great. It's good for us. It's good for people. So then it was a matter of, okay, there's an opportunity. Where is the best place to place that opportunity in our ecosystem? And we all have ecosystems in our business, right? I have a million different things I try. They don't all work.
They just gain you new knowledge, experience, and perspective, right?
Exactly. And that's a good way to look at it. Someone said to me, oh, it must be really bad that you were promoting Clubhouse for a month and then you just abandoned it. And I said, first of all, you're the first person who said a word to me about it. No one else has raised a finger about it. No one said anything about it. Second, wasn't that important to me. If it was that important to me and the people I try to help, they would be calling going, hey, I don't see you on Clubhouse. Where are you? I haven't gotten a call. I haven't gotten an email. We did get one Facebook message from someone. And that was someone who always is very supportive. And it was more, hey, am I missing something or are you guys?
Right.
Which was proof to me, you could say, oh, we missed the opportunity. I took that to mean, hey, you guys have something good here. How can you best present it to your audience? And through all this, you and I have stayed true to what we're trying to achieve. Does it help entrepreneurs, business leaders, owners take their next step? If it doesn't, and what I think we're really saying is, hey, that whole Clubhouse thing, that was going to require 5 steps just to get on there. That's not helping, that's hindering. And I wish I'd figured that out before we started it. I'm glad we did it. It's great to understand the power of audio because it was a completely different forum.
Correct. Well, it's like anything else, is that sometimes you have to explore and evaluate. What does this mean? What does it look like? What are we trying to accomplish? I think the opportunities missed are the ones you don't take the moment to stop and say, might this work? Or what might be good about it? What might not be what I'm expecting? What might be different? How can I best, does this opportunity provide me with what I'm trying to do within whatever my goals and objectives are? Some people have new opportunities for jobs. And some might say, well, you had the chance to take this job and you missed it. I'm like, well, actually, the more I evaluated it, it didn't fit with this, this, and this. And so it was actually a decision not to take the opportunity rather than considering it as something that was missed. I think if we don't ever consider it, then it truly might be a missed opportunity because we don't know what the results might be.
Tom, let me put some comments in here. Tim is doing some serious number crunching for us. He's keeping track of how many members of the Ring of Renegades Facebook group. As of this morning, it's up to 934. That's so amazing. We're definitely going to hit 1,000 by the end of April. I love his optimism.
I do too.
please tell me you're planning a big celebration for when we hit 1,000. So I'm putting that out there, Tom. That came from Tim, not you or me. So we have to start putting that one together. And who knows? That might come sooner than we think. And then Peter says, opportunity is a set of circumstances that make it possible to do something attached to your purpose. And I think the key to that sentence for me is your purpose. If it fits your purpose. And I think where I see some people struggle, and I've struggled in the past, is I start chasing a ball on a new path that has nothing to do with my existing path. And I think I talk about that a little bit in the lantern that will go out today. And the whole idea of how do you deal with these things? Because we're confronted with opportunities all the time.
Every day. Every minute of every day.
Exactly. And the people around us who don't truly understand what we're doing and what our purpose is completely see an opportunity that we may not see as, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go and teach college again. And that was something someone said to me, you should go teach college. You're so good at it. And I was like, been there, done that. That's not where I am now. I'm doing the things I like doing. And they were like, but you're so good and it's great money. And I'm like, it's not me. I'm sorry.
Well, that gets back to what's real for you isn't exactly what's real for someone else. Someone else may look at it and say, hey, this is a really good opportunity for you. But that doesn't mean that's what's real for you.
Right.
It just means that they look at what they perceive as your strengths or things you might be interested in or something that might benefit you. Yet they don't have the same knowledge, experience, or perspective that you do. And so they can't truly understand why you may or may not choose to look further into that opportunity. I think that's, and I think that comes down to it with opportunity is that each of us look at every action, every opportunity differently. And so for anyone to assume, we can share, hey, this might be a good opportunity for you. You might want to look into it. You might want to consider it. You might want to understand what it is. And then you have the ability to say, I never thought about that. I'll allow to take a look. Or like you just shared, say, you know what, I've looked into that. And this is why that is not, I don't see that as the right opportunity for me or the opportunity that I should do more to consider and think about.
Or I would tell you, Tom, sometimes I don't even tell people the reason. I just say to them, hey, I appreciate you bringing that up. I'll consider that and then go, because often what I find is when you see it as something you don't want, but they see it as a potential missed opportunity, there becomes some friction. Right?
Yeah,
because their vision for what is real for your business, your life is different than your own.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, I think and again, that comes back to why it's all about what's real for you. And you have to be able to, I think, as Peter said, attached to your purpose. You have to know what your purpose is and what you're trying to accomplish and why you're trying to do it. How many times do you have people outside of you suggest things that you should do? In the nonprofit space that I do some work in, it's all over the place. Board members come with these great ideas like, oh, this is a great opportunity. I saw somebody else do it.
Yeah. We should do a half marathon, right?
Right.
Huge fundraiser.
And here's the other thing I think is that we see that all the time. We go to conferences. How many times have you attended a conference where some expert or some organization talks about what they did and everybody's like, oh my God, that was awesome. I need to implement. And then they go back and they figure, well, wait a minute. I don't have this resource or that resource. We're not set up to do this, that, or the other thing. And, and I think often if we go into those things looking at, that's interesting. What of that might I take away to incorporate into what I do, rather than I just need to take this and plug it into here? Because likely that's the challenge. I think that's one of the things we've tried to do is say, look, we don't have every answer. So you're the one who has to come up with the answers of what is the right opportunity for you. What we can do is hopefully ask you the questions that help you determine, is this an opportunity that is one you're going to pass on, or one that you might want to look into and take advantage of? All these people go out, well, here's my system. You just have to do this, 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 and this. Okay, well, that worked for you. And maybe some semblance of it worked for somebody else. Not necessarily true that it's going to work for us. And being aware of that, I think, is helpful. So often we dive into things that other people had as opportunities and are worried we're going to miss them, and don't really understand, well, what part of that does all of this fit with who and what I am, as Peter said, as what is my purpose. And so sometimes we just blindly chase those things because we see what results others have had. It doesn't mean we're going to have those results necessarily.
Let me add some more comments, Tom. We've got lots of comments today. Tim says Clubhouse was an interesting experiment. He joined us for a couple of those sessions, but it was no big loss as far as the Ring of Renegades go. Love that. Love the affirmation. And John says this morning, you guys are real for me.
Thank you, John. Appreciate that.
I knew you'd like that. I love it. I love the comments, Tom. I got to tell you, my favorite part of this is always the comments. It is so.
It's not our witty banter.
No, I really enjoy the comments. There are some incredibly insightful people that bring some great stuff to my attention, and I've been more and more going back after our program and reading the comments, because I find when we're doing this, I'm so busy doing this that I can't really think through the comments. And those comments are gold. They really are.
I agree. So, Bob, what is your one thing about opportunities missed today?
Simple one. It's only a missed opportunity if you don't consider whether it actually is an opportunity.
I like that. That was one I was going to go with as well. I think that, so often we beat ourselves up because we think it's a missed opportunity rather than because it worked for someone else, rather than really truly diving in hard to understand, what's the opportunities there? What are the possibilities? What might go well, what might not, what fits within what I know, what I've experienced, and what my perspective is. And I also think that it's also, if you don't look forward to what are the potential obstacles, and we'll talk about that a little bit more tomorrow. But I would agree.
I have one more comment I have to add, Tom.
Oh, Lord.
I can't even read that one.
You have no problem putting it up on the screen. You can't read it, but you could put it up on the screen. And you want me to read it? Is that what you want me to say?
I didn't want to miss the opportunity. That's a rare thing that occurs for me.
Did you evaluate that to make sure that it was an opportunity that made sense?
I did not. I do know that there's one person in my life who, if she sees that, will have a further theory about the word bromance.
Okay, fair enough. Probably don't need to go down that path very far.
No, that's probably not a good path to go down.
All right.
So, Tom, as we wind up, why don't we go? Can we go back to those opportunities people have in April? Because we've got a lot of things on the calendar. There you go. Really quick, that Renegade Roundup networking event, Tuesday the 13th, 8:30 a.m. The check-in every Wednesday starting next Wednesday at 1 p.m. And Thursday the 22nd at 4 p.m., another Renegade Roundup. And Tom and I do these in a different way. We really try to get you mixing it up with people. This is not listen to 30 people tell their 30-second pitch. This is get in a room with one other person, maybe two, and really get to know each other, really start to develop that relationship. So please put these on your calendar. I had Tom put this up now so that I could put it on my calendar because I was looking at it and I don't have those dates. So I'm actually scribbling them right now. And you would think I could get these dates more easily.
We'll probably also give them to you after the show, but that's okay.
That's so fun. And I thought someone might have fallen asleep at the early part of the program.
Okay, fair enough.
So, Tom, do you want to wrap? I didn't want them to miss the opportunity.
Fair enough. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today, and we appreciate your comments. If you are watching this on replay, please feel free to share your comments and your one thing about missed opportunities if you'd like. If you are not yet a member of our Ring of Renegades and you enjoy this type of conversation, or you're looking for that community to come and be a part of, where you can share with other like-minded individuals who are thinking about how can I take my next steps, who are looking for opportunities that make sense. And they evaluate those opportunities as a way to better understand if this is going to help them move forward along their own unique pathway to success. Please join us in the Ring of Renegades Facebook group. Just go to Facebook, search for Ring of Renegades. And then all you have to do is ask to join and tell us why you're a renegade. Because it is a private group. We want to create a space where this community feels well enough, feels comfortable enough to share, whether it's opportunities that they are considering, opportunities that they're worried they may have not looked deeply enough into, or opportunities that have taken and that they want to share the successes that they've had. This is the place you can come to be a part of that. So we hope that you will join us inside the Ring of Renegades Facebook group, or that we will see you tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Eastern time, for our next edition of today's Antidote. And here's the thing. People love communities. It's great to be a part of it. Yet at some point in the community, there's usually a core part of it who are just taking that community to the next level, who are working with a smaller group of people to help get even further along that pathway. And that is our Renegade Success Network. So if you're interested in being a part of that, here is some further information about the Renegade Success Network. Have a great day, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. Are you struggling to make your vision a reality? Are you stuck and don't know what to do next? Are fear and doubt holding you back? The Renegade Success Network will help you determine the next steps on your pathway. Here is some of what you will get. Create your pathway call to start you on a better path. Unlimited laser solution sessions to keep you from getting stuck. Nurture your network events to build your network with other successful leaders. Monthly Renegade challenges to prepare you for what lies ahead. The Renegade Success Vault, giving you access to videos, tools, and tips on specific topics anytime you need them. And the Renegade Success Network community, an exclusive Facebook group of like-minded renegades, all working towards achieving their goals. You have a choice. Do it yourself and fumble forward slowly and alone. Or join the Renegade Success Network and be part of a community built to help you find your own pathway. Join today at renegadesuccessnetwork.com. Act now and jumpstart your journey on your own pathway to success.